All right, back here in the studio, we have sports anchor and correspondent who was live there in Rabat, Morocco, Cecilia Morogwe. Welcome back to Nigeria.
Thank you. It's actually great to come back with success, you know. That's when you can actually celebrate. She says I shouldn't come until we have the trophy, so I had to wait.
Fantastic wait. We're super excited for the outcome. So when you saw what the president did yesterday and all the excitement, is this waiting to exhale? You know, we asked you that question.
I was wondering why I didn't play football, you know. Yeah, it would have taken a while because the success actually takes a while for it to manifest. That's the thing. I think, yes, you know, we talked about it. I mean, what will he do? We talked about houses and lands and everything, just like what he did with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So I think, you know, it's coming together. And for the first time, I mean, this is the 10th title, and this is when they're actually reaping, I mean, what they've been sowing, you know, all through the years. People like Osinacho Ali was won like 6 titles or 5, and Asisat Oshola, I mean, this is our 4th one. Ajibade won in 2018, and this is our 2nd one. So you see, some of these players that have won over the years, finally they're reaping it. I think it's the new ones who just joined them, the ones who made their debut at WAFCO that actually, you know, enjoyed the whole, you know, windfall, we can refer to it as that. And I'm also happy for the coach himself because, I mean, he went into the Nations Cup. He doesn't even have a contract. I mean, it was like, okay, you know what, Randy has gone. You just take over the job and take these girls to the Nations Cup. And he was successful. So the backroom staff, all of them that came together, some of the backroom staff, the secretary, some of them have been there for a very, very long time. So right now, you know, they've been able to, you know, reap that, you know, the hard work they've been putting in all through the years. It's a fantastic one coming from the president, really.
You know, but from the track record of the administration, can we, you know, rest easy knowing that all these rewards promised will get to them and they will not just be hanging in the balance?
Yeah, right. I think we've seen what President Tinubu has done when it comes to things like this. Like, they don't waste time. Wike is FCT minister, so I'm not sure he will want his name to be dragged every day. So I think this would definitely not take a while, really. Yeah, I think it's something that can be done actually this week, because how much is it? It's really, I mean, Nigeria, we're a very wealthy country, just that managing resources is not something that we're good at. But then we know that this money is really not much coming from the president, really. It's not so.
In fact, you've gone to my next question, Cecilia. Because a lot of people saw it, and as much as they celebrated the Super Falcons, they were excited, they saw $100,000 each. And then that joy became, I don't know if it's envy. Let me reel out all of the options. Okay. From envy to, come on, $100,000 each at this time when Nigeria is saying we don't have money. So they all of a sudden became economists, people with MBAs. They were trying to look at, you know, the inflow and the outflow, whether we can afford it. Is this too much?
It's not too much, really. It's not too much. I mean, these girls over the years, I mean, you really can't quantify it. Do you know the attention that Nigeria actually generated over this? The trends and everything, the positivity it gives to the country. We know what's going on. I mean, cost of living, almost listening to the paper review, the electricity, I was like, what's going to happen? Do we start looking for alternative? I mean, the expenses that comes with it and everything. So you will understand that, yes, let's even go back to the House of Assembly. How much allowances? Okay. What guys? I mean, these guys, the cars.
That's a hat trick.
What about the cars? The cars. I mean, those cars that as you're coming into the House of Assembly, you're getting like the allowances they get, the cars, the imported bulletproof cars. How much is one?
For me, they're not. In fact, they should even add more money.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm sorry.
You see, fleets of cars.
It's been 10 years. These girls have been waiting for this opportunity
to come. 10 years.
I mean, 27
years.
10th victory, if you will.
Yeah.
If you can imagine what. In fact, the president maybe forgot he should add cars to it. It doesn't mean anything. If you've covered government houses, you know that cars is like buying pure water. Please. They should give their cars. This is their time. So let's not quarrel over that.
I'm sorry.
So we can put that to rest.
Yes.
For people who are saying this is not how to allocate our resources.
Really?
Put it into hospitals.
Really?
Schools,
okay.
roads.
The cars, can we take back the cars that were imported for all the members?
Another hat trick. At this point, it's 6-1. I love it.
So let's start from there. What are they doing? What are they doing for us? Those ones.
So Cecilia, in the midst of our argument about the economy or otherwise of it, what has this done to the mentality of female football in Nigeria?
Yes, that is what we should be talking about. It's great, really. Parents who don't want their girl child to play football, I think they can actually see this, that there's actually something out there. Because what they see is the protest. What they see is the fact that after all the sweat, the suffering and everything, they still come back home empty-handed. I was with the under-20 team, and that's a different. Do I have to go into that? I mean, girls didn't have much. Went to a shopping mall, you know, at a time. They looked around. They didn't have money to purchase anything to take back home. It was heartbreaking. And we went to Abuja, and some of them, you know, 20,000, 10,000, go back home. We'll get back to you. I mean, you travel abroad. People will be expecting something from you. And then the money will be paid maybe 2 years later or a year later. I mean, the whole joy and everything at that time, it's gone. So when you're getting this as you're coming in, so there's something, there's that happiness, there's that joy that comes with it. So it gives you, you know, opportunity to want to do more, to put in your best. Rashida Ajibade spelled it out during her address when she talked about the fact that they would definitely not rest. They are going to continue, you know, ensuring that they'll bring something to the country. And when the First Lady talked about them, this is the time they need to win the World Cup. I'm like, okay, fine. They need to win the World Cup. You need to do the needful. I mean, she can actually adopt them as their own. And then the resources that comes, the structure we've been talking about, structuring women's football, that can actually happen if it's directly from the presidency. They don't have bottlenecks that we know. You know, kind of take some of it before it gets trickled down to the Nigeria Football Federation. All
right, Cecilia, almost thank you so much. But now that we're talking sports and attention is on the girls, now that you're here, please, those of you who are talking sports, we'll also use the opportunity and beg the girls and beg the president that Paralympians also need support. Because now they've done for the girls Paralympians. But almost thank you, Cecilia Morogwe. As always, welcome back.
Thank you.
I don't know what they bring back from Morocco, but whatever it is, we'll talk about it after this.
I'm going to lift Cecilia after this time out.
She's our cop, right?
Good as a member of the
she's in green.
Super Falcons. Yeah.
You know, she wore it yesterday, so I told her I was going to get
fantastic, mine. Fantastic. Don't worry, we'll give you our own reward.
Thank you.
From the presidency.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be speaking with Charlie Boy, who's the bus stop that was named after him, perhaps other people, has now been renamed by the LCD administration, the outgone LCD administration. And we want to hear what he has to say about all of this right here on the program. Join us again.